afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming through today to DuePoint. I hope that in the next 40 minutes I can give you some kind of compensation for the time that you've spent here with us today, that you'll feel like your time was worthwhile with us. We think that what we're doing here at DuePoint is quite exciting. We think it's completely unique and that we're having impact with what we're doing, and we want as many people involved with us as possible. And that's where you're sitting this afternoon. You're sitting with us as we discuss DuePoint. But to start with, DuePoint is a division of Constantia Insurance Company Limited. We're both a listed and licensed life, short, and medical insurance company. Been around since 1952, so we're 66 years old this year. So this is not a new business. I want you to be comfortable that you're not dealing with a startup here today. In fact, you can see their offices over here. That's our head office there in Constantia. You can go and look us up. Go on the websites, go on the FSB's website, go on the JC's website, look us up under Conduit Capital there, look up Constantia on the website, know who you're dealing with, be comfortable with us. We don't want you thinking or assuming at any point that we're one of those things that kind of is here today and gone tomorrow. And we see so many of those things in the South African economy. We're here and we're here to stay. We are, of course, an authorized and registered financial services provider. There's our FSP number over there if you want to look us up, get comfort with us. We want you to know the team here as well, guys. Remember, the team here is been set up for you. We've got all the requisite skills. We've got all the experience and criteria that you need for doing this business. But more importantly than that, at DuePoint, what we do is get involved with you. We assist you in this process. Can I assist you, gentlemen, here up in the front here? No? All right, good. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm in the corner over there. I'm the senior executive here. My name is Brendan Benfield. I'm the founder of the division. I'm a chartered accountant. Next to me is Tim. He's also a chartered accountant. And Stacy, also a chartered accountant. There's lots of people who understand the mathematics behind this business. So if at any point you have any questions about, I'm not sure how the maths works in this business, don't worry. There are a lot of people who understand the math behind this business in this business. Then we've got Jane over here. She's our direct selling expert. We've got Rob. He's our design guy. You'll find us all here in the office from Monday through Saturday every single week. One of the things we want you to be comfortable with is that this is a homegrown South African company with South Africans running it, and that you can find us at any time. We're not like those things where you've got to kind of Skype us from Russia or try and dig us up in America or Japan or China. Geez, we see lots of stuff coming through here. No, you'll find us here Monday through Saturday, and we want you to find comfort in that. So what is it that we do here at DuePoint? Well, we have two objectives, but our primary objective, the reason why we exist, is to put into the hands of South Africans a tool that every South African can use and control to create regular and recurring and reliable income in their hands. Right now we're in a situation, as you all know, where we don't have control. We don't have control over our income. Someone else tells us how much we're going to earn, what our raises are, what bonuses we're going to get, and someone else is controlling our expenditure. You have no say in the economy, do you? Well, none of us got to vote on the increase in the VAT. None of us got to vote on the 52 cents increase in the petrol price. We don't have a say, and yet every single day we see prices going up. We're on the 1st of April, just a couple of days away from now. The new VAT prices will come through, and I'm sure you've been receiving the SMSs and emails from all the companies saying, oh, just warning you from the 1st of April, this fee's going up, this cost is going up, there's that. We've all been getting. None of us have gone, no thank you. I've tried to write back a few times and say, no thank you, I'd like to stick to my original price. But they don't tend to listen to me, and they don't listen to any of us here in South Africa. We have no control over our expenditure and over our revenue, and we plug the gap between those two with debt. I don't even have to go into debt. You know it. You're all professional debtors. We're all professional debtors here. We have debt for every aspect of our lives because it's the only way we can survive. But debt is something that never goes away. It kind of poisons our personal economy, and we kind of just keep it and then eventually hand it over to our children, who hand it over to their children. It's a perpetuating cycle that we find ourselves in. Now imagine a situation where we could give you a tool that could actually change that, where you could create as much income that you require to not require debt anymore. Well, that's what we're trying to do here. We're giving you a tool that you can use that will put you in a position where you can bridge the gap between what you're earning and what you need to cover your costs and more with this tool. That's our primary objective here at DuePoint. Our secondary objective is we want to connect our customers to us more directly. We want you to have a 24-hour connection to us, that into the heart of our business, being able to communicate with us and see what's going on. We also want you to be able to look more clearly into what's happening in the financial services industry in South Africa. We want to open a window for you that you can understand this massively and highly regulated market in South Africa. with those two objectives put together, we have created what we call the DuePoint system. The DuePoint system is where you come in. What it does is it allows you as an individual to contract with us as a wealth engineer. Wealth engineers have one task. You're not selling here, you're not advertising, you're not advising. You have one task, the task of connecting individuals to us. As you connect individuals to us, of course, you create more market space for us. We're able to come in as DuePoint and facilitate the purchase of our products. When we do that, we create revenue. And it's from that revenue that we create that extra recurring income for you. Now, we don't do goodies here. We don't sell pots and pans and creams and all sorts of things here because they don't create recurring income. And that's what we want. We want an income that you can rely on every single month. Not when you're able to sell, but when you're not able to work. We want you to be earning in those months too. When you're lying in hospital, when you're on holiday, when you're too busy at work, we want this income to come in every month. And so we use financial services and lifestyle products here that run on automatic debit order systems. And it means that every month, no matter what you're doing or where you are, those debit orders raise. And it means that every month you can rely on an income coming in from DuePoint. It means you're able to plan. You're able to plan, you're able to budget, and like we've said, fill that gap that you're currently filling with debt, you're able to do with this tool here at DuePoint. Now we layer that system, that cornerstone that we've created here with the ability for you to expand on yourselves. We know that you're busy all day long, and therefore we want you to be able to bring people together in what we call channels, teams of people together that can work with you in creating greater market penetration for us, connecting more people to us faster. That allows you to increase your revenue and your income from us at a greater rate, potentially 24 hours a day with us here. We've built that into our system. But what's important to remember, guys, is that this is not employment. We don't employ you here. None of you are going to be recruiting or sponsoring all of that. It's all 1990s nonsense. No, this is just a tool that we've created. We're going to put it in your hands. You're going to be able to leave here today with a tool that you will choose when and how you want to use it. You're completely independent from us. We don't give sort of production meetings here. We don't pull you in and ask you why you're not using it. No, it's yours, and you're going to go out and use it and change your future with it as you choose. You're in control of it here. And you're able to do that without any risk. Here at DuePoint, we do not ask you for any money. This is a critical factor. In many of the systems, people end up losing money. They've got to buy starter kits. They've got to pay entrance fees. They've got to pay monthly admin business fees, etc., etc. In DuePoint, there is none of that. We are not going to ask for your money here. There's no starter kits, no starter guides, no application form fees, no monthly fees. There is no cost to being a wealth engineer in our system. By simply being a product owner at DuePoint, you're automatically a wealth engineer at no premium on the cost of your product. We have tried to do something that fits into the South African context. We understand the economic position of South Africans, so we can't come in and say, if you want to be involved, it's just 30,000 Rand. Do you know how many of those I've seen lately? Just 30,000 Rand. Who the hell has got 30,000 Rand just to be involved? No, at DuePoint you are not making a financial risk decision to become a wealth engineer. In addition, you don't require any specific education or experience. You're not selling. You're not intermediaries. You're not brokers. You're not advisors. You don't do any marketing on our behalf. And therefore, it is available to everyone. Everyone in South Africa can pick this tool up. And everyone is therefore in a position at DuePoint to start building an asset, a real asset, not the ones I talk about on the internet that's really just rubbish again. No, assets that can be priced, that create recurring income, that can be sold. And ultimately, folks, the channels that you build with us will be handed over to your children when you pass away, and they will earn the income that you created during your lifetime. They can even choose to grow this channel, this asset you have created, even further during their lifetimes. We're creating generational legacy here. Remember, we're a 7-decade-old insurance company. We don't think about just the next 5 years. We're thinking about the next 5 generations. How do we build something that we can hand over generation after generation after generation? That is what we're doing here at DuePoint. The system we've created has removed from it all the things you hate most about direct selling. You don't need to sell to start with. So that's a huge thing. For most people, they're terrified of selling to their friends. It's a status thing. They think that's beneath them. Good news, no selling. This is not beneath you. We've also removed the entire need to do any form of presentation. We do all the presentations for you. We're using our technology. We're always in your pocket, anytime, anywhere. We're available to do the presentation for you. You're never going to have to convince people. You're never going to have to hoard them into your lounge and try and do a presentation to them there. No, folks, we are available to you 24 hours a day to make the system convenient for you and leave you with just one task. The one task of connecting individuals to us. And you do that through just 4 ways. The first way, go to our information counter after this and buy one of our USB sticks. It's 170 Rand, and you have got us in your pocket. You can plug us into a computer, a smart TV, a laptop, and we do the presentation for you anytime you want us to. It's on that memory stick. The second way you do it is if you're in the area, you can bring people to our auditorium. Monday through Saturday, we do this presentation. Night times, lunch times, mornings. You'll find a slot that's convenient to you. Bring your friends and acquaintances here, and we'll do the presentation to them. Then the third way is our YouTube channel. You go and search DuePoint on YouTube, and you will find every single presentation we've ever done. Go and look there. 24 hours a day, Christmas Eve, New Year's Eve, your birthday, Easter, we are there. All you need to do is click play. And people say to me the whole time, Brendan, how do I convince people to come to DuePoint? You don't. You say to them, do you require income? If they say no, you know they're lying. But you should be able to get them to say yes. And if they say yes, you click. That's it. There's no conversation. They go, no, give me a summary. You go, here's the summary. Click. They go, no, tell me about the products. Here's the products. Click. Everything you do, you just push play, and we do the rest of the work for you through our YouTube channel. And then the fourth way of connecting people to us is through our live broadcasts. Every single one of our presentations is broadcast across the country every single day. So if you're at work, like many people are right now, gathering their friends around their computer screen or their iPad or phone, and they are live in the room with us today, watching live in full HD surround sound. Anytime, anywhere in the country of South Africa, you can be building your channel without having to do a single presentation, without having to sell a single product with us. Now, as you do that, as you connect people, some of these people are going to want to become wealth engineers. When they do, we allocate them to you and your channel is born. These folk go out, they're going to talk to people, connect some to us. Some will become wealth engineers, and again, we allocate them to you. And this process repeats itself over and over time, and you find this incredible organic growth of your channel across the country of South Africa. We then come along as DuePoint, not you, we as DuePoint, and we come and we facilitate the purchase of our products throughout this channel that you've created for us, and your income is now born. Now, what's very important for you guys to note is, first of all, this is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's not a pyramid scheme. It's not a Ponzi scheme. It's not any of these schemes, shapes, and forms and things that fly in from overseas and then fly out with your money. That's not what we are. We're a regulated, licensed, and listed 7-decade-old insurance company. This is unfortunately a get-rich-slow scheme. It's a genuine income opportunity. Like your career, like starting your own business, there's a price to pay. What is the price that you paid when you started your career? What are you still paying as you build your career? Time. Time is the price that you pay here. Because you build a genuine, repetitive, recurring, reliable income that will probably be with you for life, it's going to take time to build. And now this is the big hurdle for most people. Who of you are willing to take the 16 hours a day you don't do anything in and convert some of that into income? You see, what we have created here at DuePoint is a tool that puts time in and takes money out. That's what it does. It produces money for the time that you put in. And we say often, you work 8, 9 hours a day, maybe 10 hours a day. All right, that leaves 14 hours a day. You sleep 8 of them, let's call it. That leaves you with 6. What are we doing with 6 hours every single day? Are we using that time productively? Well, with this tool, you've got the opportunity to take as much of those 6 hours as you want and convert it into income. Not income that's there only on the day you put the time in, but income that is there every month thereafter on a recurring basis. That's what we do here, but it's going to require perseverance, it's going to require a thick skin, and it's going to require your time. If you can do that, you're able to create these channels of market penetration that I've been talking about. And when you do that, we're able to facilitate the purchase of 3 products into those channels for you to create that income. The first one is our Access Wealth Plan. It's 324 Rand a month. For the 324 Rand, you now get 2 independent products. The first one is your very own tax-free investment account. We now invest money into the Stock Exchange of South Africa. You now become a shareholder in the economy of South Africa. We take 100 Rand of that 324 Rand and we put it every month into your investment account, and you become a greater and greater shareholder in our economy. You can put more than 100 Rand in, but our minimum is 100 Rand a month. Folks, there is no interest on this money. Your money now moves with the markets. The markets are up, your money's up. The markets are down, your money's down. But you have now control, which you did not have before when your money was sitting in a bank account getting 3% per annum and slowly dwindling away as inflation overtook us. The second product that we give you is our 120,000 Rands worth of personal accident cover. If you pass away now, your beneficiaries get the 120,000 Rand personal accident cover and the value of your investment for 324 Rand a month. Go into our website, read the details, understand our products better. The second product that we facilitate the purchase of in your channel is our Wealth Guard product. It's 299 Rand a month, and it gives you 1.2 million Rands worth of personal accident cover. 1.2 million. Everybody, no matter how old, no matter what their predisposition is, no matter what occupation they have, no matter where they live, everybody gets 1.2 million Rands worth of personal accident cover for 299 Rand a month. This has been purposefully engineered into the DuePoint system, because what is our objective at DuePoint? To put income in the hands of South Africans. We want you to be able to build channels. So we have removed those elements of our products that would slow that down. What would slow down your growth here? Well, if we covered illness and natural causes, that would slow your growth down. Why? Half the people in South Africa would have pre-existing conditions, would be too old, would live in dangerous areas and have dangerous occupations, would not be able to go into your channels, and as a result, your ability to create income, which is why you're here at DuePoint, would be hampered. And so we created products that cover you for personal accident cover only, and it means everybody that you bring in, no matter their circumstances, can be in your channel. Our third product, ladies and gentlemen, is our, this thing is giving me cramp, there we go, is our Wealth Points program. Our Wealth Points Buyers Club is 299 Rand a month, and for 299 Rand a month, you now get to be part of our buying club at DuePoint. We have 7 decades of leverage in the economy of South Africa. We're able to go to suppliers, and we do all the time, and negotiate the best prices, packages, account managers, all sorts of deals and discounts that we get from retail stores, motor manufacturers, data suppliers, entertainment, gyms, restaurants, hotels, all sorts of things. And for 299 Rand a month, you can completely re-engineer your monthly spend through this product. We love it. We think it's amazing. It's a non-insurance, non-financial product, and we think it gives such immediate benefit to those that use the product. So people say to me, Brendan, how do we build this model? How do you fund it? It's very simple. In the traditional financial services space, that's banking and insurance, what do? We advertise to you like crazy. We run adverts on TVs and billboards and SMS campaigns and taxis and bathrooms and everything, wherever we can put an advert up to try and get you to connect with us, to try and get you to buy from us. Now that costs hundreds of millions of rands. We fund that by putting the cost of that marketing in the price of your products. When you're paying for your funeral cover, your banking fees, your motor insurance, 30 to 50% of it is next month's marketing. You're always paying for next month's marketing every month that you pay for your financial service product. Now we've done the same thing here. We've built the cost of this model into our product price. But the only difference is we don't do any advertising here. None at all. That's why you'd never heard of us before this morning. Because we use you to go out and connect us to people. And therefore, all that money that we would have spent on SABC, DSTV, Prime Media, hundreds of millions, all of that money is now available to be redirected to you and your channel as you connect individuals to us. It's a simple redirection of the flow of funds in our system. Now that allows us to create that income for you. And we do that in 2 ways. The first way is through our returns program. Our returns program pays you 27.50 Rand per product paid in your channel every single month, multiplied by a factor of where in your channel the payment is made. How it works is like this. You go out, you find a couple of people, you talk to them, some become wealth engineers. They pay for their product and you get 27.50 Rand multiplied by 200%. You introduce them, 55 Rand. Not once, not per person, but every month and per product, which means that if some of these individuals took more than one product, maybe they took 2, you now get 110 Rand every month, every time they pay those 2 products. If they take 3 products, you get 165 Rand every month, every time those products are paid. You now have the ability to control and create income in your own hands. These folk go out, they chat to a few more people. Some become wealth engineers, pay for their products, and again, you get 27 Rand 50 multiplied by 200%, 55 Rand. This particular example is a handful of people on the screen. You've been here 5 minutes, and you are now earning just under 1,000 Rand a month. That's 12,000 Rand a year that you have created by your own ability and in your own control, that you have now added to your household income every single year. You put a little bit more time, a little bit more energy in, and your channel grows, and you earn on a diminishing basis as that channel spreads out, but only to the 8th point. From the 8th point on, you have unlimited potential. For every point after the 8th point where there are product payments made and you qualify to earn, you are going to get 4% of 27 Rand 50. Go watch our training videos on YouTube. You will understand how we have created generational legacy here. You can build channels 25 points big, 30 points big, 50 points big. Hand it over to your children. They can build it to 7,500 points big and be earning on the entire channel through our system. That translates into a monthly income that should change everything about your personal financial position. How fast are you going to grow? None of you can give me that answer. So how much are you going to earn? I can't answer either. But what I can do is work out some averages, which is what we've done. We spent a lot of time digging through about 2 decades of data that we had to work out what the average wealth engineer would do to grow at a very conservative and realistic rate, because that's all we wanted to do. You'll see here, we're not flamboyant like you'll see on the internet. I don't have to promise you millions. I just need to show you how you can control your outcome. So we created what we call the 3+2 growth formula. It's very conservative. It says in your first month with us, you have to put just 3 people in. Now, of course, you can do anything. You don't have to do 3+2. You can do 20+20. You can do 600 + 600. You can do 0 + 0. It's up to you. But we said if you put 3 people in your first month, and then you put 2 people in every month thereafter. Every month, guys. That's Christmas. That's Easter coming up. That's your birthday month. Every month, you are responsible for just adding 2 people a month. If you can do that and work with your teams to do the same thing, and we put lapses and cancellation rates in, and we work all our maths into it, we believe that after 6 months, you can reasonably expect to be on about 2,500 Rand a month. 2,500 Rand a month is 30,000 Rand a year. Now again, like I told you, we are not like Facebook going, oh, 3 months you'll be on 100,000 Rand. Guys, that's nonsense. Nobody's on it. Otherwise, you wouldn't be sitting here today. You'd be on your yacht somewhere in the Mediterranean. No, folks, it takes time to create genuine income. But imagine what you can do with an extra 2,500 Rand a month. That's 6 months from now. It's before even the end of this year. You are on an extra 2,500 Rand around about the middle of the month is when we pay about the 18th, 19th of every month. Bang, that 2,500 Rand comes in every single month. That's 6 months from now. If you can persist beyond that, if you can do 12 months, that's a year. That's this time next year, Easter next year. You should reasonably expect to be on about 9,000 to 10,000 Rand a month. Of course, if you quit, you won't be on anything this time next year. But if you can persist at 2 people a month and working with your guys to do the same thing, you'll be on 10,000 Rand a month 1 year from now. That's 120,000 Rand a year that you've added to your household income. Remember, none of you are quitting your jobs to do this. None of you. This is a tool you're going to pick up and you're going to use in those 6 hours a day where you're not doing anything at the moment. It's what you're going to use to create that extra income of 10,000 Rand a month 1 year from now. It doesn't matter how much you earn. It doesn't matter what position you're in. An extra 10 grand a month changes everything. It's secure, it's growing, and it's steadfast. You do not require debt anymore. If you've done a year, you're likely to do 2 years. If you do 2 years, that income should have grown to about 27 to 30,000 Rand a month, 360,000 Rand a year. You're now at what most people will never achieve, and you've done it in 2 years with us here. 2 years of hard labor, 2 years of committing time to it, but 2 years and things are completely different. If you can do 3 years, that'll move to 45 to 50,000 Rand a month. If you can do 4 years, it goes to 60 to 65,000 Rand a month. And if you can do half a decade with us, you should be on about 80 to 100,000 Rand a month. 80 to 100,000 Rand a month, that's $1,000,000 Rand a year. We've done it in 5 years. It's not like Facebook that said you'd be there in 3 months. No, we've said realistically it's going to take 5. Can you commit 5 years? I think you can, because I know how many years you've committed to your job, and your job did not promise you $1,000,000 Rand after 5 years, did it? In fact, it's not even promising you $1,000,000 Rand right now, no matter how many years you put into it. So can you create a new habit, A new habit that you do for 5 years. Now, of course, this doesn't stop here. You can keep going. If you're young, you could do 10 years. You could do 20, you could do 25 years. What do you think happens to these sorts of numbers? I am assuming at this stage you won't be working anymore, although maybe you will be doing it just for fun. You could at work and you go, I bought my Porsche over here with my hobby income. How was your weekend? You know, this is the power that you will wield with this tool. You will wield it. You will decide how and when and how successful you are. And the decision you're going to make is the one entrepreneurs make, which is I'm willing to sacrifice my time and to risk my time to create a different future for myself. Are people doing it at DuePoint? You betcha. We got lots of people doing it, thousands every month that are changing their own personal lives. So we like to show you just a handful, and then you every month. We pick a couple from around the country and we show you. Not high flyers, just the guys using the tool. We've got Natasha Weldrick this month, who's up. She joined us about a year ago. She's in Port Elizabeth. So proof that you do not need to be able to get to our head office to make this thing work. Natasha's been to one of our functions up here in Joburg. It wasn't even in this office. So she has never been to our head office and has created a channel that after a year pays her 9,500 Rand a month. Remember I said a year, 9 to 10,000 Rand? She works most weeks, 7 days a week. She's in the retail industry, furniture. She's a single mom, three children. Don't we wish? 3 children. She doesn't have time for this. She's working full-time working. But she's picked this tool up and she has taken the risk of some of her time. And now, at the middle of every month, she gets 9,500 Rand. I've asked you to put 3 people in your first month. Do you remember that? I asked you. She put 23 people in her first 42 days. I think she missed the presentation. She didn't hear it. She thought I said 23, not 3. She put 23 in her first month. In her first 60 days, she was earning 2,500 Rand a month. In her first 60. I said it would take 6 months to get there. But she decided she'd like to get there a little faster. The tool is up to you. You will decide what you do with it. Then we've got Ray and Rambe. Joined us about 9 months ago, 10 months ago when we pulled these numbers. And in that time, they've created an income of about 10,000 Rand a month. In 9 months. 10,000 Rand a month. They average adding 12 people a month to their channel. So you can add 2 a month, the 3 plus 2, or you can add 12 a month. You just grow a lot faster. Then it's completely up to you. They personally put those people in themselves every single month. So that little first point that you saw, 55 Rand per product, 12 new people every month that they add in. And of course it's driving their channel like crazy. And then we've got Shadrach. Shadrach's from Newcastle. Again, far away from the office, building his channel around the country without ever having to come here. Shadrach's been with us about the same length of time, 9 or 10 months. He's on 12,000 Rand a month. 12,000 Rand a month here. He put 213 people in personally in the first 10 months. He personally put 230. He's the executive mayor down in Newcastle. He does not have time for this business, and yet he's found time to put 213 people into his channel. And that meant that he put 33 people in the month of January personally. We've asked you to put 2 in. Just 2. So if you think, oh, I can't do 2, that's too much. Well, I don't know how Shadrach's doing it because he's putting 33 in a month. People are using the tool. You decide what and how you want to use it. Go to our YouTube channel. Go and watch all the other testimonies. There's video testimonies there. Must be close on 100 people now. That you can go and look at just the sample of people we've put on the stage who talk about how they've used this tool. Some of them earning a couple of 100 Rand a month. Some of them earning thousands. Some of them tens of thousands. Some of them over 100,000. They're there. Go and look and see how people are earning in the DuePoint system, changing their lives. All right, that's DuePoint. The decision today is, am I willing to do something a little bit more entrepreneurial? Am I willing to change the way I create income in my life? Do I want to be back in control again? That's the question today. And if you do, and if you want to become a wealth engineer, it's very simple. Go to our website, DuePoint.net. There it is there. Click on the big blue apply button. Literally, it's this color. Click apply. Fill out the application form. No money having passed from your hands out of your pockets today, and you're a wealth engineer this afternoon. And you can start this afternoon building your channel here at DuePoint. If you're serious, get the tools. We don't make money off of these tools. These tools make you money. Go and get the USB stick. It's got the presentations on it. Get the backup batteries for your phone so they don't die when people are filling the application form out on your phone. Go and get the business card. 645 Rand for 500 business cards that legitimize your connection with people. We're an insurance company, not some kind of Japanese or Chinese garage startup. Okay? This legitimizes your position. Go and get all the other tools. We've got iPad covers, we've got hats, we've got all the things that you may need to connect people to us. Go and get them afterwards or order them at info@DuePoint.net. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Remember, you may not be coming back to this office again, but you want to be connected to us. So go to DuePoint channel on YouTube, subscribe, it's free, and you will know when we go live every day. You'll know when we upload videos. You would have seen this week at Wealth Engineers, we uploaded a new short, 10 most common objections to DuePoint handled by wealth engineers. We've got it there. It's another tool that you can use. It's on our YouTube. Subscribe. Download our app onto your phones, guys. It's there for you. It's Android and iPhone. Download it. It's free, and it plugs you into your channel in real time. You can see in real time what's happening in your channel. Growing, paying, XP points, anything. It's all in there. Your product documents are in there. You can see your products at any point in time. Your training is in those apps. Make sure you get them, use them, watch the training, understand and grow with our business. Folks, a couple of things we don't want you to do. People get excited and do the wrong things. Firstly, don't become a wealth engineer today, ladies and gentlemen, if you cannot afford to become one. There are costs involved. This is an online business. There's no paper brochures, no paper application forms, no gazebos. This is all online, which means it's going to cost you data. You're going to need data in this business. You're going to need to be able to move around. You need transport. Have you got ready access to transport? If you don't, how are you going to connect people? There are costs involved in this business. Don't become one if you can't afford it. Folks, this business, as I said, is online. You need to know how to use the internet. You need to know how to use a smartphone or a computer. Everything is on those. Your entire business is on your phones. If you don't know how to do that, you can't do this business. And if you can't move, guys, if you can't move, you can't connect people. And these are 3 natural filters you should use too when you're introducing people to DuePoint. Ask yourself as you talk to them, do you think they'll be able to afford to do this business? Do they know how to use a phone and a computer? Have they got access to the internet? Can they move? If the answer to that is no, then move to the next person. Build your channels correctly. Now, if you become a wealth engineer, folks, the number one thing I don't want you doing is filling out the application form on behalf of someone else. Remember, that application form is your contract with us. There's terms and conditions that are signed off in there, and you're going to give us authority to debit your bank account. You cannot sign that on behalf of somebody else. Everyone must fill their own application form out. It is a criminal offense to fill it out on behalf of somebody else. So just make sure everybody does it. Then husbands and wives, we want you working together in one channel. This is an anti-fraud mechanism, and it actually leads to the greatest success of individuals. Husbands and wives work under one W number, one channel, and if you've got family members that are still living in your house, they can't be part of your channel until you kick them out and they go live somebody else. Then they can be part of your channel, okay? And then, folks, we freed you from the burden of advertising. You do not need to run out of here and set up websites, DuePoint websites, DuePoint Facebook pages. You don't have to run adverts. You don't have to post our products and business and forums and all that. We free you from all of that. Use your personal Facebook pages to engage with people about the opportunity only about DuePoint, never our products, never ever. You're not licensed to talk about our products. And use your social media just to engage with individuals. We've got training videos on that. If you'd like to see how to properly engage with people with social media, go watch our training videos. And then take responsibility for everyone you bring here. Don't send people to presentations here and around the country and expect people to look after them. They won't. You'll lose them. Someone else will sign them up. Make sure that you look after everyone you want in your channels. Ladies and gentlemen, as part of our getting you started and getting you established program at DuePoint, we run what we call monthly wealth quests. Monthly wealth quests, different every month, different sets of criteria, and everybody who completes them is rewarded with tools that are going to help them grow their channels. This month, it's the Let Me Entertain You wealth quest. And for those of you who complete the criteria, which is add 20 new people to your first and second points of your channel this month, who take the Wealth Points Buyers Club and pay by the end of the month, you can then pick from one of these 3 tools. Your very phone, Apple iPhone, a real Apple iPhone, a year's worth of data, 100 gigs, and a Wi-Fi router with it all programmed in so that you can be plugging in and get everybody else plugging in to 100 gigs worth of data. That's your data cost sorted for the year. Or 5,000 rands worth of air tickets from Altitude Travel to travel anywhere in the country to be building your building your channel across the country of South Africa. You can pick any one of those. If you can find 20 people and put them in, I can promise you, Shadrach, no problem. He's going to be picking his tool at the end of this month. He did 33 in January. 20 will be a walk in a park. All right, you can do it too, and you have the time left this month still to do it. Next month will be a brand new wealth quest with different tools and different criteria. You get to build an entire toolkit through that process. Now, folks, we are running as well for our rank 4s and above, and if you're not rank 4 yet, you can still do this. You just need to get yourself to rank 4. We're going to be talking about ranks in a moment. If you get yourself to rank 4, you can also participate, but for the next 90 days, up to the 31st of May, we're running a very special wealth quest for rank 4s and above, where if you're able to put 5 rank 2s into your channel by the end of the 31st of May, you get 25,000 Rand in cash. Not only that, of course, your channel will have grown tremendously, and your normal regular earnings through the returns program will be amazing. I'm expecting to see lots of wealth engineers pushing real hard for that 25,000 Rand in cash and the growth in their channels. Guys, this weekend is a good week to be here this week, because this weekend we're running what we call a development seminar. We run one once a month, and it is our live training session. These are incredibly valuable. You need to pay 5,000 Rand to come. No, you don't pay for anything at DuePoint. You don't pay even for the training. The training is free. And this Saturday, 9 o'clock, we're going to be looking at the 3 steps to success. I get people asking me all the time, Brendan, what do I have to do just to quickly succeed at DuePoint? Well, I'm going to tell you exactly what you need to do to succeed at DuePoint this Saturday at 9 o'clock. So please, wealth engineers, wherever you are today, make sure your channels are booked in. You've got it in their calendars. If you can't make it here, live stream it. You know what to do. Fill the rooms. Get your guys in. It is a critically important one. It'll be a very provocative one as well. Understanding success in anything, not only in DuePoint. That is what we're going to be looking at this Saturday. We want to see you guys there. Make sure you're booked in to come along. Now, guys, we teach you how to do this too. Many of you don't know how to do this and are afraid to do it. Well, we show you the whole way along the way how to do this through what we call our XP Rewards program. It is, in fact, the second way we reward you. Now, remember the returns program I was talking about. That is the income that'll change your lives. This program is the cherries on the cake. Along the way, we not only educate you, but we also reward you. As you complete steps in our program, we give you what's called XP points, experience points. These XP points accumulate, and you become more experienced in our system. When you become more experienced, naturally, your channel starts to grow. And where it grows and you meet the criteria of channel size and experience, we rank you up. And when we rank you up, we reward you. In the beginning, it's a little bit of cash. But as you get a little bit more serious, well, so does the cash start getting a little bit more serious. And this goes well on beyond the end of the slide. So you can imagine if that's where we're at there, what are we looking like down here? It gets very, very serious, the cash that we reward you with. From rank 5, we start introducing tools that we reward you with to help you grow your channels. Rank 5, lightning memory stick from the US, plugs into every single electronic device, full of our downloads, presentations, testimonies, tools, etc., that allow you to connect people to us anywhere, anytime. Then, at rank 7, we give you a 12,500 Rand set of imported business cards, gold gilded, gold printed on imported cardboard that you cannot get in South Africa. You are now the sole owners of a very rare set of business cards that are actually made with gold leaf. When you hand somebody a card made with gold leaf, they want to know what you do. It is a very powerful tool in connecting individuals to DuePoint, and we get them to you when you get to rank 7. You don't pay a cent, we give them to you, custom made for you. At rank 9, as long as you maintain your channel size, every year that you do, we take you and your family away on a 1-week holiday, 5-star all expenses paid trip. Every single year that you maintain your channel size, every year for the rest of your life. We go every year in December, not in July when it's cold and cheap, December when it's warm and expensive and your children are on holiday and can come with you. Okay, you don't pay for the air tickets or the airport taxes or a transfer to the airport. It's all expenses paid, and it's at rank 9. Now you would have seen how many ranks we have. We call this our baby trip. This is what our baby trip looks like for those of you who persevere. Please work, please. Yes, it's working today.
All of your wind all of the paths you've drawn have sunk to the ocean sun where no one can see. You stand, don't let the dark embrace, cower the dreams you chase under the rust and blood. Don't let yourself give up.
It doesn't look like the Aventura Resort in Bloemfontein. It looks alright. Who's coming with us at the end of the year? We've got enough months to get there, eh? We've got enough months. This chap here got there in 5 months. 5 months to rank 9. Remember, this is an accumulating system, this, eh? You don't start at 0 in January every year. Whatever you build this year, even if you miss rank 9 this year, doesn't matter. That's what you're going to start on next year. So you've got the choice, and even if you miss at the end of next year, doesn't matter. You've got 2 years behind you then of growing your channel. This is not, you don't win. There's no prizes at DuePoint. Everything is earned at DuePoint, and you can get there if you persevere. Of course, if you quit, you don't get there. That's guaranteed. I guarantee you. You quit, you don't go rank 9. But if you persevere through all the ups and downs of building a channel with us here at DuePoint, this is going to be you sometime in the future and every year thereafter. Not once, every year that you maintain that channel size, you come along. At rank 11, we give you another very useful tool. It's your own car. It's not branded, it's not rented from us, it's not financed through us. We don't give it to you and take it away. It's your car. And you can use that car to continue to build your freedom here at DuePoint with us. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I think you can see how serious we are about what we're doing here at DuePoint. As I said to you, this is not a startup business. This is a 7-decade-old insurance company. We are determined to be part of the economic solution here in South Africa. And we want you all involved with us. We want you involved. Yes, you're going to have to do something out of your comfort zone. You're going to have to do something new, and yes, it's going to take up some of your free time. But if you say, no, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this just because I don't want to do this. You've got to ask yourself the question then, are you satisfied with your current set of circumstances? You know they're not going to change, and we know that every year in South Africa we're getting poorer. We're getting poorer, and we're getting poorer. How do we turn that cycle around? We're going to have to work a little harder. We're going to have to pick up these sorts of tools and change our future with them. If you've got questions and concerns, come and ask us. Come on. We had to answer those questions when we built this system. Come and ask us, ask your wealth engineers, but don't leave here today without this tool. Come and get it and start this afternoon changing your future. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to see you all outside, and thanks for all of you who tuned in live today.